Top 10 Most Expensive Mistakes Rich People Never Make. Why do some people keep getting richer, while others stay stuck no matter how hard they work? It's not always because rich people are smarter. It's not always because they got lucky. And it's definitely not just because they make more money. In many cases, the biggest difference comes down to one thing: the costly mistakes they avoid. Because in life, building wealth is not only about making the right moves. It's also about staying away from the wrong ones, the habits, decisions, and traps that quietly destroy money, time, and opportunity. The wealthy understand something most people ignore. One bad financial habit repeated for years can cost more than a luxury car, a mansion, or even a lifetime of savings. So today, we're breaking down the top 10 most expensive mistakes rich people never make. These mistakes are common, dangerous, and surprisingly easy to fall into. And the sooner you spot them, the better your chances of building real wealth. Welcome to Luxury Orbit, where wealth, power, and smart living come together. Number 10. Spending to impress other people. One of the fastest ways to stay broke is trying to look rich. A lot of people spend money they don't really have just to create an image. Expensive clothes, flashy gadgets, luxury cars on payments, high-end dinners, and designer labels, all to impress people who usually don't care as much as they think. Rich people understand that appearances can be expensive, but assets are what actually matter. They know there's a huge difference between looking wealthy and being wealthy. Someone can wear a luxury watch and still be drowning in debt. Someone can drive an ordinary car and quietly own properties, investments, and businesses. Because trying to impress others is one of the most expensive games a person can play, and it almost never pays back. Number 9. Ignoring how money actually works. Many people work for money their whole lives, but never truly learn how money works. They earn it, spend it, and repeat the cycle. Rich people don't do that. They take time to understand key ideas like cash flow, investing, taxes, debt, assets, inflation, and compound growth. They know that if you don't understand money, money becomes very hard to keep. This doesn't mean every wealthy person is a financial expert, but most of them understand the basics far better than the average person. They know how money grows, how it disappears, and how to make it work without always trading time for it. One of the most expensive mistakes a person can make is staying financially blind. Because when you don't understand money, you often make decisions that feel normal today but cost you massively in the future. The rich know that financial education is not optional. It is protection. Number 8. Buying liabilities and calling them assets. This is one of the biggest traps in personal finance. A lot of people buy things that constantly take money out of their pockets and still call them assets. A car with huge monthly payments, a giant house they can barely maintain. Luxury items that lose value quickly. Subscriptions and lifestyle upgrades they don't really need. Rich people are usually much more careful about this. They know that a real asset typically puts money back into your life through income, growth, or long-term value. A liability does the opposite. It drains you. That doesn't mean wealthy people never buy expensive things. Of course they do. But the smarter ones often buy assets first, then enjoy luxuries from the returns. That's a major difference. And that mindset can create a massive wealth gap over time. Number 7. Living without a long-term plan. A surprising number of people handle money with no real plan at all. They save randomly, spend randomly, invest randomly, and hope everything somehow works out. Rich people tend to be more intentional. They usually think in years, not just in weekends. They plan for growth, setbacks, taxes, opportunities, and future goals. They don't just ask, "What do I want now?" They ask, "Where do I want to be in 5, 10, or 20 years?" That shift changes everything. Because when you have no plan, short-term temptations become much more powerful. Every shiny new thing feels important. Every emotional decision feels justified. But when you have a long-term vision, you become more disciplined. You stop wasting money on things that don't move your life forward. Rich people understand that wealth is rarely built by accident. It is usually built on purpose. Number 6. Depending on only one source of income. For many people, One paycheck is their entire financial life. If that income stops, everything becomes unstable. Rich people know that this is risky. That's why many of them build multiple income streams over time. It could be investments, businesses, real estate, dividends, licensing, partnerships, or side ventures. The point is simple: they try not to let their entire life depend on one source. This matters because one income stream can disappear. A job can be lost. A company can struggle. A market can change. But when income comes from multiple directions, financial pressure becomes easier to manage. The wealthy understand that income diversification is not just smart, it is protective. And one of the most expensive mistakes a person can make is assuming one source of money will always be enough forever. Number 5. Waiting too long to invest. This mistake costs people fortunes. A lot of people delay investing because they think they need more money, more knowledge, or the perfect timing. So they wait, and wait, and wait. Meanwhile, time keeps moving. Rich people understand the power of starting early. They know that money needs time to grow. Even small amounts invested consistently can become significant over the years. The biggest advantage is not always how much you invest at first. It is how long your money gets to work. This is where many people lose without realizing it. They think delaying for a few years doesn't matter. But over time, those missing years can cost an enormous amount. Because when it comes to building wealth, time is one of the most valuable assets of all. Number 4. Making decisions based on emotion. Emotional decisions can be incredibly expensive. Buying out of excitement, selling out of fear, overspending because of stress, taking bad risks because of ego, refusing good opportunities because of insecurity. These choices can quietly destroy wealth. Rich people are not emotionless, but the successful ones usually try to separate emotion from major financial decisions. They rely more on logic, research, timing, and strategy than impulse. That matters because emotions are temporary, but financial consequences can last for years. One bad decision made in anger, fear, jealousy, or excitement can create damage that takes a long time to repair. The wealthy know that discipline often matters more than intensity. Staying calm can be more profitable than acting fast. And in the world of money, emotional control is a hidden superpower. Number 3. Trying to do everything alone. A lot of people think success means handling everything by yourself. Rich people usually know better. They understand the value of smart advice, strong networks, and expert help. Accountants, lawyers, financial advisors, business partners, mentors, and consultants can all help prevent costly mistakes. The wealthy often move faster because they learn from people who already know the path. Instead of wasting years figuring out every lesson the hard way, they use knowledge around them. They ask better questions. They build better teams. And they understand that paying for expertise can save far more than it costs. Trying to do everything alone can feel independent, but it is often expensive. Because sometimes the most costly thing is not bad advice. It is having no advice at all. Number 2. Chasing fast money instead of real wealth. Get-rich-quick thinking has trapped millions of people. The dream of instant success is powerful. Quick profits, overnight wins, secret hacks, easy money. It sounds exciting, and that's exactly why it's dangerous. Rich people usually understand that real wealth is built much more slowly than social media makes it look. They focus on systems, ownership, patience, and consistency. They know that sustainable wealth is usually boring compared to flashy scams and hype. Fast money often disappears as quickly as it arrives. But real wealth is built on foundations that last. That could mean disciplined investing, owning businesses, building skills, creating value, or making smart long-term decisions again and again. And one of the most expensive mistakes anyone can make is confusing excitement with opportunity. Number 1. Raising their lifestyle every time their income goes up. This is one of the most common wealth killers in the world. A person earns more and immediately spends more. Better phone, better clothes, better car, better apartment, better vacations, better everything. On the surface, it looks like success. But in reality, This habit can keep someone trapped for years, no matter how much they earn. Rich people often avoid upgrading their lifestyle too quickly. Instead of increasing expenses every time income rises, many of them increase investments, savings, ownership, and financial protection first. That is a huge reason why some people become wealthy while others stay in a cycle of earning and spending. The rich understand that more income does not automatically mean more freedom. Only smart management creates freedom. And that makes lifestyle inflation one of the most expensive mistakes of all. So those were the top 10 most expensive mistakes rich people never make. And the truth is, most of these mistakes don't destroy people overnight. They do something worse. They slowly drain money, time, and opportunity for years. The good news is this: once you see these mistakes clearly, you can start avoiding them. And sometimes, building wealth is less about doing something dramatic and more about stopping the habits that quietly hold you back. Which of these mistakes do you think is the most dangerous? Let us know in the comments. And for more videos on wealth, luxury, smart money habits, and the mindset of the successful, subscribe to Luxury Orbit.